Good morning. This is Victor Antonio here in Redmond, Oregon. Yeah, I almost forgot for a second where I was at. That's what happens when you're traveling from place to place to place. For those of you who want to be speakers and traders, just keep in mind many hotels, rooms like this, and a lot of long nights traveling. But anyway, that's not why I'm doing this video. I want to share something with you. Yesterday I was in Chicago. And I finished doing a presentation, large sales organization. And at the end of the presentation, a lady comes up to me, and we're chatting about sales. And I can tell that she just wants to ask me specific questions. And as I start asking more questions, you'll start digging a little bit. It just turns out that basically she's not having a great year. And so then I asked her, why do you think you're not having a great year? And she's like, well, I don't know. It could be this, it could be that. You ever had that answer? People just don't really answer the question. I said, well, let me just go back to the basics. Do you have a sales process? She goes, well, kind of. Now, as soon as I hear the word kind of, I'm like, there's a problem. Because everybody needs a sales process. Now, when I say a sales process, I'm talking about just a methodology, a way that you approach your business, your market segment. And she couldn't really do that. And so I started talking to her about having a sales process to be more consistent. And then I asked her the key question is that if you don't have a sales process, how do you know when you're not selling well? And even if you sell well, how do you know what went right versus what went wrong? And she just kind of looked puzzled, didn't know what I was talking about. And I said, well, let me rephrase that. I said, if you don't have a sales process, even if you make the sale, you won't understand why you made the sale because you don't have a process. You're always guessing at it. So here's what I suggested to her, and I just wanted to share this message with you. What I told her was, I said, go back and look at a process, or at least develop a process. And then, is your process going to be perfect the first time out? No. In fact, your process will change over time, but it's a matter of just getting it right, tweaking it. And as you get your sales process down, the pieces, what you then start doing is analyzing, breaking that process apart in what I call the 3 to 5 minute chunks during your presentation. And begin to become aware of when you're talking to a client, what's their reaction when you say certain things? You'll typically get 3 reactions, right? No reaction, neutral, a positive reaction like, wow, didn't know that, or this one, boredom. Yeah, I know that already. Right? And so when you begin looking at your presentation from that standpoint, that every time you say something, what's the audience's reaction, you begin to gauge what is critical information to the client and what don't they care about. So again, as salespeople, what's our job? Not only to deliver information, but to deliver insight. Information that goes beyond the obvious. I want you to remember that definition. It's a great definition of insight. Information that is beyond the obvious. And in your presentation, if you're just doing the basic blah, 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 customers are going to just tune out, right? But if we can develop a process and, again, provide insight, information beyond the obvious, then customers will want to listen to you and maybe do business with you. And I suspect that what this lady was doing was just presenting basic information that the customer could get up online and just actually look up the information themselves. So again, you're wasting their time if you're not bringing in new information. Keep this in mind when you're looking at your sales process. And again, for the third time, let me repeat, definition of insight. Information beyond the obvious. That's what we need to bring to the table when we're taking up a client's time. Take care. Have a great day. See ya.